I don't think they win the Premier League this year.
Who do you think does?
I said Liverpool the other day because I thought they were going to get the boy from Caicedo, and now they haven't. I'm going to have to backtrack massively when I do another show next week.
Well, there's one thing Liverpool have to do is stop playing the eye line because they can't cope with it anymore. Everybody's sussed them out, and they got sussed out a lot by Chelsea. Chelsea's gone to 600 million in 2 years, but still haven't got a goal scorer, and everybody's talking about they'll finish in the top 4 this year.
I don't think Chelsea.
I think Liverpool. Do that, you know, when you've not got, unless they're good enough to share the goals around.
They've got that Jackson guy, haven't they? I've not seen too much of him yet.
Yeah, I don't think he's top.
Yeah.
But I think he's good. But I think
Sterling scored more goals at Manchester City than he'll ever do at any other football club because he's served up with more chances there than he will be served up at Chelsea. So you cannot go to top 4 without a certain amount of goals.
Yeah.
So we used to average it out every year. We had a table of, if we're going to finish in this part of the league, we have to score this many goals in open play, this many goals on set plays, and if we're going to get to this position, we'd have to get this many clean sheets. We can only afford to concede this amount of goals.
Yeah.
And then when you do those maths and you look at those maths, it's a bit, and we used to go back 10 years. So it was always very much the same. It was never, there was a little bit of difference, but only a few small percentage of difference that you could calculate where you're going to finish in the league by, if you want to get this many points, this is how you get them. So without the goals being shared around first, or there's a particular Harry Kane that's going to get you 30 to start with, then and then you have to then marry that with having the best. And Liverpool only won the league because they had the best clean sheet record or the best defensive record. Man City won it with the best defensive record.
I think if you look at the Premier League this year, I think there's been so much movement. I think this could be one of the best seasons we ever seen in the Premier League. But equally, if you look at the top 4, they've all got clear problems. So Manchester United look at that balance in midfield with Bruno and with Mount being in there. Will they be able to cope in the real big games? But then you look at Liverpool's midfield at this moment in time with no holding midfield player, with the line being so high. Yeah. You look at Man City with Mahrez, now De Bruyne are out and Gundogan gone. You look at Arsenal with them not having a natural striker that people are speaking about, and is their back 4 going to be good enough to sustain it? You look at Chelsea not having a striker. Going back to Man United, the new boy they brought in to play up front. He's young, it's his first season in the Premier League. So it's so easy to City, but that's what makes the Premier League.
You've not mentioned Tottenham, I guess that was on purpose.
I don't, they
losing Kane,
and the big thing for Liverpool for me is obviously losing out on Caicedo. Like we were talking before, like we wouldn't go to Bellingham, like
is that the Scouse coming out in you?
Yeah, it is. No, so
what you mean? Should I have Bellingham instead of Caicedo?
They went so far with him.
I know.
So what's going on behind the scenes at Liverpool to lose 2 players in the way? Look, I'm losing it now. Go on.